Hey guys, we've got a beautiful Super Bowl Sunday here. Even though we don't watch football, and I'm not even sure I could tell you who's playing in the Super Bowl. I'll get chastised for that, but it is what it is. We got a little extra treat for you today, and if I didn't make this video, I had a few people that were going to hound me pretty badly. So come follow me and see what we got going on. Hey guys, we are going to fire this smoker up today, and I'm going to show you how to make my smoked mac and cheese. We're also going to smoke some pork tenderloins. Father-in-law is coming up here after a while, and my mother's coming up, and they're going to enjoy a little dinner with us. And we're taking it easy on this Sunday. It's a nice, beautiful, sunny day. It is a little bit windy, so bear with me on that. And let's get this smoker fired. For those that are curious of where you can buy one of these outstanding smokers, you can't. I fabbed this one up several years ago out of some old conductor pipe that a buddy of mine gave me, and she's been fantastic for me. We've smoked a lot of food on this thing. I want to take a second and give a shout out to Bobblehead Homestead again. Thank you for all the subscribers you sent my way, and to the new subscribers, welcome. We're a big family here. Feel free to comment. We try our best to respond to everybody, and we are happy to have you. Make sure you share our videos and get the word out about us, and help us move along with this journey. We're glad everybody's here. All right, guys, speaking of the Super Bowl, I got to thinking about it. There happened to have been a pig named Peaches that lives on Coghill Farm that may or may not made some type of Super Bowl prediction. And I just want you to know, Peaches, if you're wrong, your destiny could be rough for you. Just kidding, Peaches. We wouldn't do anything like that to you. What we've got here is just a couple of pork tenderloins. I love me some head country. This is some great seasoning. I used to be able to pick this up at Sam's. Haven't been able to find it at my Sam's here lately, so we've been ordering it online. You can get it a gallon at a time. And I like to apply a liberal amount, because this thing will acquire a real nice smoke ring and a nice healthy crust. Yes, I just touched raw pork and then touched my seasoning bottle. I will wipe it off before I put it away. I'm going to smoke these at about 225, excuse me, for about 3 hours. And about halfway through, at an hour and a half, these will get wrapped in tin foil and get lathered up with some apple juice, and you'll get to see that here shortly. And these come out just absolutely tender, just fall apart, melt in your mouth. Doesn't get any better. Yes, I love seasoning. Try not to leave any bare spots. Check her over, make sure everything's good on it. Like I said, you can buy this by the gallon. I think we've got another gallon in there. We just refilled this small one. Guaranteed to give you heartburn. I do apologize, Peaches. I didn't mean anything by it.
We love you, Peaches.
Alright guys, let's go put these on the smoker. And it is time to load this thing up and get some smoke rolling. That's why I love it, small hickory. You ain't gotta worry about debarking it and all that. Some folks don't. It's all a matter of preference. but I don't like the bark on mine. Now we're going to choke that fire down and we'll get her to smoking. We'll get that meat on here in just a second. See all that goodness in there? We call that flavor. I don't know whether if I'm ashamed or proud to say that I have never cleaned the inside of this smoker. But that is absolutely good seasoning. Now we're going to go back in the house and we're going to get started on this smoked mac and cheese. Just wanted to show you guys in all her glory there for just a second. The smell ruminating around this area is just phenomenal. Can't beat the smell of some hickory wood burning. It just makes my tummy grumble. We won't be eating extra healthy today. You'll see that after we make some mac and cheese in here. I just want to give you a sneak peek on how that hickory's doing over there, and we're going to start this mac and cheese. Alright guys, we're going to go through the list of ingredients on the mac and cheese. To begin with, 16-ounce package elbows. You're going to cook these, start out with these, cook them just like you normally would. Boil some water, throw them in, stir them occasionally, let them set for about 8 minutes and drain the water off. Once I drain the water off, I'll take a whole stick of butter and cut up little pieces and melt it into the hot noodles. And then at will, I'll add 2 1/4 cup of milk. I usually use whole milk. Some folks prefer skim or anything else. I'll add 1 can cheddar cheese soup. I'll add 1 8-ounce, 1 bag of Velveeta shredded cheese. Secret ingredient to getting the creaminess on it is 2 cans of this Cheese Whiz. Yes, these things are ridiculously high, but this is just what makes the mac and cheese work. You're gonna need one of these metal pans to put everything in. This will feed several people. You can use uncooked bacon, cook your bacon, whatever. We buy this fully cooked bacon. It's easy. Just dice this up and throw it off in there with it. We're going to get this water boiling and we'll show you everything getting mixed together. Alright guys, the noodles have been drained. I do not rinse them. Add 1 stick of butter. I'm just going to stir this butter around in the noodles just to melt it and get it to collect. As long as you don't rinse your noodles and you keep them really hot, that butter will melt in just a second. I gotta have a little shot of salt and pepper. Always a lot more pepper than salt. Just a little old dash of salt there. Go back to the head country that we put on the pork tenderloins. Add a dash of that. Give it a final little blend there. That bacon, I just diced it up, little bite-sized pieces if you will. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 1/4 cup of milk in here. It's going to seem excessive, but it's not. I acquired this recipe probably 7 or 8 years ago, and I made several modifications to it and brought it to where it's at now. Cheddar cheese soup, 1 can. Just lob it off in there. If you'll blend this, per ingredient that you add, it makes it a lot easier to stir up. For anybody that's curious, B is still holding the puppies hostage. And I forgot earlier, but I needed to tell Mr. Leo happy birthday. He has turned 1 today and is fixing to be a daddy. Cheese whiz, 2 cans. For anybody that doesn't have a smoker, I've gave this recipe to a friend or two along the way through the years, and they actually bake this in the oven. But I am not going to lie to you and tell you at what temperature, because I do not know. I put this in the upright of my smoker, and it usually runs about 185 to 200 degrees in that upright. And I'll cook this for 2 hours uncovered, and you get that nice smoke flavor sucked in on the top to where once you pull it out and give it a good stir, it's just got the right amount of smoke flavor in it. Try and get all this cheese whiz blended in here. It starts getting thick, hard to stir. I'm probably going to have a few people mad at me that I didn't call and tell them that I was making this. It's kind of been a staple around our house for how long have we been making this, honey?
Oh, 5 years?
It's been longer than that.
6?
I hadn't worked in 2 years. Yes, folks, I have not worked in 2 years. I was thinking probably about 8, 10 years. She don't have a memory. Never rely on anything she says. She can't remember anything.
True. So true.
That was the 8-ounce package of shredded Velveeta cheese. Get that blended in good. My arm's getting tired. Here's where your metal pan comes into play. And just pour off in there. This is great reheated. Put that turn where you can't see it. I've tried many things with this. We always reheat the leftovers and eat them. And there was a few times that I even, because once it gets in the refrigerator and gets cold, you can come back and take and make little balls with it, roll it in panko or different things, and then deep fry them. And if you've never had fried mac and cheese, oh mercy, that's good stuff. But that's the mac and cheese, and we'll get it in the smoker here in just a minute. Alright guys, here's the bottom side of my smoker. I tried my best to keep it right around 225. And then my upright up here, you can see it's sitting right about 200 right now. And inside this upright is where I cook my mac and cheese. I got a couple little old shelves in here. And it's just perfect for that pan to slide in. There's been a lot of occasions where a man needed to make a second pan, and we added that second shelf in there. But that's the mac and cheese. Another 30 minutes we're going to come back and pull these tenderloins, and we're going to wrap them up and hit them with some apple juice, and we'll get back with you in a minute. Alright guys, here's what these look like after an hour and a half in the smoker at 225. I like to build these guys a little bit of a tin-foil boat, if you will. Just kind of crease the edges in. I'll add about half, 3/4 of one of these little 8-ounce apple juices. The dogs are really curious of what I just pulled out of there.
They're like, hey Dad, smells good.
Put about 3/4 of that, so probably about 6 ounces of apple juice. And then just kind of roll your sides up in. That makes sure your apple juice stays in there where it's supposed to. I don't close this down tightly so that it can vent a little bit. Make sure you use your heavy duty tin foil, because if you don't, you'll rip right through that real quick. And this one's leaking a little bit anyway, just because it's tin foil. So I'm gonna go ahead and double wrap this one, just to make sure that stays in there. And then she'll go back on the smoker for another hour and a half. There's the mac and cheese, guys. Blend that smoke flavor into it good. Everything just turns it out wonderful and creamy. Tenderloins, drain that apple juice off, slice them up. I've got some special barbecue sauce that I eat, but a good buddy of mine gave me the recipe, so shout out to Mr. Freeze on that. Thank you. That'll be a lifetime supply of barbecue sauce. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.